Hey, that's not rubbish.
Hey guys, it's Lexi, a big fat upcycler groupie. And we're here today because it's October 2nd. So we're granted to talk about Halloween. We're allowed. Getting right to it. And we have the perfect guest to do that with. We have Julia George here, the founder of Something Made Custom.
Hello.
Yeah, so Julia makes patchwork sweat sets. She's part of New York Fashion Week this year. And she's the perfect person to talk about all things Halloween costumes with because big fast fashion season coming up. So we're gonna dive into all that. I mean, we're gonna hear about her experience with New York Fashion Week first because it was just a week or so ago.
Yeah, it was pretty recent.
Yeah. And then Halloween is in 30 days, but who cares?
Who's counting?
No, it started 2 weeks ago for me. You're it's my
The
fashion
second
week.
September hit, that's Halloween. I am so on track for Halloween. I thrive this time of year.
It's amazing. No better holiday. So, but first up, we'll do a bit of good news, like always, to kind of cure the eco doomies and climate anxiety. And this one is truly gonna horrify some people. I think I like it, but it's gonna horrify some plastic water bottle users. So the LAX airport, which is like the biggest airport in the United States, they have banned plastic water bottle sales in the whole airport. So in all of America, we use about 50 billion water bottles per year. And in the LAX airport, they use about 9 million per year. So that's gone.
Incredible.
Incredible. Yeah. Plastic water bottles like the number one worst thing you can buy. So it really is insane. And
It's so interesting to see how other people across the country handle this stuff because I'm in New Jersey and over here in New York, we've had plastic bags banned for a little bit now.
oh my God, really? Because you
Yeah,
can't
New
even
York.
recycle those.
Yeah, no, they do paper bags at some stores, or you only use reusable bags.
And you guys are doing all right, right? You're living.
We're thriving. We're fine.
Ugh. And this actually happened in June. So it's been like 4 months now, and hey, we're all okay.
The world goes on.
So yeah, that info was from the happyeconews.com, and I think it's great, and I hope that I see that more often across America.
I agree. I agree.
But um, New York Fashion Week, why wait? Let's hear all about it. My dream is to have like an upcycle fashion week. So Julia George, you done did it.
Uh, it was honestly incredible. I really cannot compare it to any experience I've ever done before. It was just so surreal and fun and just so interesting to be deep dived into the world for my very first time. That was my very first fashion show. And it was I loved it so much.
Yeah, what was it like? Because you're a smaller creator, and it's like a big city, lots of big creators. Like even like the big brands get stressed out and they look forward to this. Like this is big for everybody. So how did you feel going
From
into
my
it?
perspective, I was very nervous just because I'm still a very young age. I'm only 21, and a lot of the people surrounding me throughout the whole experience are they got 10, 20 years in the game above me. So it was a little intimidating being the younger, newer person to it all, but I took it teeth and bone. I went for it and I just had a lot of fun. It was a very supportive environment, at least as a designer. And I want to do it again so badly.
This is just the beginning. This is
That's
just
what
the
I keep saying
beginning.
to myself. I'm like, let's do every fashion show now. Let me travel the country. Let me travel. I'm going across the world. I'm going worldwide.
We're going to Met Gala. We're going Paris Fashion Week, London Fashion Week. What fashion week
Catch
aren't
me
we
in
going to?
everyone's closets. I will be there. I will be square. I'll be present.
And to stay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, how many times did you cry? Happy or stressed? I don't know, but happy.
I convinced myself the one day I was so freaked out. I thought I was having a heart attack. And then it quickly followed by, you're okay, you're okay. It's a lot of nerves, honestly. A lot of different emotions. You feel excitement. You do have a lot of happy tears. I definitely cried a lot of times, especially at the end of the day where it all hits you and you're home and you're like, "Ah, that just happened."
Yeah.
It's a lot. I felt a lot of excitement, joy, like just very proud of myself, very nervous, of course. I think every emotion under the book I probably felt in
Everything.
that whole week.
That's a whirlwind. But no, I am so proud of you. Like, I can
Oh,
only
thank
imagine
you.
how much that meant to you, and you deserve it. And like I said, it's only the beginning. So,
Ah, I hope so. It was so surreal. I was so blessed to be surrounded by such a nice company the whole time. I was working under this company called Flying Solo, who specifically highlights solo designers, which I think is so nice to give a platform for these solo designers who don't have that big corporate company team backing them up and pushing them along the way. And it was all just so tight knit. I got to know a lot of the people that work for the company. I got to know they had interns there from a fashion school in Buffalo. I got to know the models. It was so nice.
that's sick. And like, what was like, so how does it work, like partnering with someone and dividing up the space and the time of Fashion Week, your time, your event?
It was I liked it a lot because at least for my first fashion show, you don't quite know what to expect or what's required of you. So it was nice for them to sort of have a pre-built schedule. Like the first day we just did a little introductory meeting and I got to meet all the designers and everyone on the team. And then the second day we did interviews. The third day we did fittings. And then the fourth day we were just deep in and doing the fashion show. And it's a lot of behind the scenes work. It was very fun.
Did you see any famous people?
There was a WWE wrestler there. I'm
Hey,
not
you made it.
I'm not too familiar with every WWE wrestler. I had a cousin that I grew up with who loved them. I did not recognize the girl at all, but more
Oh, it
power
was a
to
girl?
it was a girl. She looked
Ooh.
good, honestly. Good for her to come to this world.
That's really nice. They actually do show out. Like the girl WD girl, like they do.
They do. Like they look good.
So that's really cool. And I noticed that like your pieces for the fashion week were quite different than your day-to-day pieces. Yeah, so like what was your inspiration when creating that collection?
So I was definitely going for more of an editorial feel to these pieces. I know I typically, with my creations, I try to do more everyday fun looks that are wearable, but I kind of wanted to go for looks that aren't necessarily wearable at the grocery store. I mean, you definitely could wear them to the grocery store, but you might get a few stares. More power to you if you get those stares. But I just wanted some pieces that I wasn't familiar with making, and I wanted to give myself a good challenge. Like I've never made women's wear before. Usually my pieces are all unisex and it's baggier pieces, sweatpants, sweatshirts, t-shirts, flannel t-shirts. And I was just so excited to deep dive and go into skirts and crop tops and just so much fun stuff.
So what you usually do is unisex patchwork sweat sets.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's like a whole like genre of upcycling I've seen, like the starter pack of upcycling, I feel like.
Starter pack.
Yeah. Like the vintage sheet dresses, towel shorts, denim reworks, whatever. What's your inspiration when you're doing these pieces?
I think that with these pieces, I get inspiration from sort of every aspect of my life. I do have quite a few friends who also upcycle and
Oh,
rework the
cool.
way that I do, and I'll sometimes get inspiration from them. Some of my pieces will be inspiration from like my personal interests. So TV shows that I liked growing up, or some of my favorite bands, my favorite music. I even sometimes my favorite colors. I had a purple set that I loved so much because purple's my favorite color.
Oh my God, yes.
Honestly, it's the best color. You're missing out. But it's just it's almost like a reflection of me and it's so personal to me in that way.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Like I guess like when you are kind of just starting out, like you are designing for yourself, like if you might as well have fun with it and you're doing something you like and it starts off as is just a hobby. Like I'm sure I mean, of course, like you have always dreamed of it, but like did you ever believe that you'd actually like become this big designer with a huge audience at New York Fashion Week? Like that is
Hell
insane.
no. Hell no. Sometimes I'll have a little like, I am not me. This is not real moment.
You're like knocking on the mirror. Like what?
Looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I am not me. This is very like derealizing. This is not who I am.
No, but this AC
Who I
like
am.
respect, put some respect on the Julia George name. We're here to stay, and this is it. The future. So what's the process like? What's the day in the life of being a patchwork sweat set girly?
It's a very fun life. It's just getting to do what you love is always so rewarding.
Yeah.
Um, I am constantly working though. It's almost like I started off doing this as like, let me ditch the regular 9 to 5. Let me do something fun. And now I work the 24-hour and I'm never not working.
9 to 5 to 24/7.
Exactly. It didn't quite work out in my favor in that way, but it's so nice and rewarding. Even though I'm working always, all the time, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it.
Yeah, you're doing great. It could be worse.
It could be a lot worse. Very thankful for where I am.
Right. So what's the design and creation process like? You definitely are a busy girl. Yeah.
Um, I go about interesting ways with my design process, at least planning out pieces. It'll go one of both ways. I'll have an idea in my head and I just know exactly what I want to do. And that's like, I would say 50% of my ideas come that way. And then the other 50% just come from me looking at a piece and I'm like, this could be fun. Let's try this. Let's see where this goes. And it's just kind of like a plan it out and work with it as you go. And it's not a set vision. It just kind of happens along the way.
Trial and error.
Yeah. It's a little cathartic. It's a little chaotic because it could go either way. I could either have that full vision or I could just put my hands down and say, let's just see what happens here. Well, whatever happens.
And you like really pump them out, I feel like you make them fast and like quick
Try
and
to
you have a
like
lot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a misconception about some of my pieces is when people see it, they're like, "Oh, that must be so easy to make." Like she definitely I know the big oh, this is such a touchy subject. This is a controversial subject.
Yeah,
Pricing.
let's get into it.
Oh my gosh, pricing pieces for handmade items is always so controversial online because people will see a higher price and they say, "Oh my gosh, I'm not paying that. I can make that or I can get that on Amazon for cheaper."
Yeah.
That's like number one thing you'll see people saying, but I feel like you're not validating the creator in that way because what you don't see is the 5 hours of labor and the editing behind it all, listing it on the website, all of the packaging, the shipping. It's a lot more than just creating the piece. You're paying that person directly too, and it's like you wanna pay that person a living wage.
Exactly. And that's the problem with like I guess fast fashion again is that they have such low prices. So it's like kind of warped our perspective of value in itself. And then in hand, like human value. Like what are we sacrificing for the low prices? Like someone's making that in the end of the day and they're not getting paid to. Yeah. So whatever. And our patchwork sweat set girlies deserve all the love in the world. Like
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
you guys are amazing. I love you guys.
Thank you. I love it so much. I know I'm biased, but I do love it. I love hearing everyone's like different perspectives and opinions on it and like what it reminds them of. I get a lot of different age groups coming out to me. I have like the younger generations, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is so unique. And I have like the older generations coming at me, they're like, this is so 90s. I would have wore this when I was 20.
It is. It's like the 90s meets our generation because I feel like we really normalize like casual loungewear. Yeah, so sweatsets have been like huge the last decade and
Oh, of course, yeah.
yeah, so it mixes like what everyone loves and it's so cool to see like trends being made in the upcycle fashion world.
There definitely are trends. I feel like it's a very small community, but it's there and it's present, and you see trends of just certain styles and even certain like graphics that will be featured in these designs.
Yes. Yes, we're gonna talk about that because yes, well, like I said, like we have like the trends that we've kind of already talked about, like the denim shorts, towel shorts. Well, I guess denim reworks anything.
Chef's kiss. I love it.
Yeah. So like all those kind of trends are upcycle trends and like the starter pack of upcycling and patchwork sweatsets is definitely one of them. You guys are like a movement, like a revolution, like the Scouts or like Charlie's Angels, you know?
The Girl Scouts. I love the Girl Scouts. We're the Girl Scouts of upcycling.
Yes. But make it upcycling. And I feel like I say this because I feel like there's kind of like a similar aesthetic to this genre. Like I feel like you guys are like younger, you take the pictures yourselves and like in front of like your garage or your driveway. And I love it. Everyone loves it. Like you guys have insane followings. Like you see a patchwork sweat girly and they have a few dozen K. Like, yeah. And I think that just because you guys are so
So
cozy
nice.
and like ambitious and small business girl boss vibes.
I agree. I think there's definitely an appeal and an interest into everything that we do. I know I'm so deep in the community. So in my head, I see all different corners of it and all different people who do different stuff within it, but it's all within the realm of upcycling. And I love how unique everyone is. And I do agree, it's all like sort of a younger generation with a lot of people that have a lot of things in common. And it's so easy to befriend each other too, because it's like the same morals, the same views, the same like not same creations, but same beliefs behind the same creations almost.
You guys have to be like pretty like compatible. Like I feel like you guys all would be best friends. Like
It's so nice. I know they do. I just saw last year they had an event for the previous New York Fashion Week in fall, and it was I believe it was Samsung who hosted some sort of upcycling fashion show, and there was a big group of like younger upcyclers, and they were all friends together, and they all presented either individual designs based on the common theme of like Samsung, and it was so cool to
that
see.
is
That's
so
like
cute.
the only time I've seen really like a group of upcyclers come together to present their work and everyone's just so close and best friends.
It literally is the Girl Scouts.
It is.
No, that is so cute. And I love it because like you guys are kind of like you have the feeling of like talking to a friend. Like you're like the upcycler best friend. Like you're themed, you're loungewear, you're fun. Like
Oh, it's so fun to talk to them. It's so like I love being surrounded by creative people and uplifting people and just people with a very similar mindset in that way. So it's so easy to get along with them. It's like talking to an old friend from school. It's so natural and easy.
yeah, no, and in the pieces also I feel like give off that same energy, which I love. And you can never go wrong with like loungewear. So love it. Especially now that like it's fall, like it's sweater weather.
I am thriving for this time of year. I said it earlier. I love it so much. It's colder. You can dress a little cozy. You can layer even. And this is like my time to shine.
And it's like you don't even have to choose between hoodies or sweaters because you guys combine them. That's the patchwork, you know?
Exactly. Everything's so versatile too. I feel like it's so fun to style everything in so many different ways. Like you could easily dress it up, you could easily dress it down. Like there's a lot of versatility to the pieces. And it almost like resembles a capsule wardrobe in that way, where it's like a staple piece that you can style however you please and you can wear it a lot of different times of the year and make it work still.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because I mean, you can wear them as a set together. You can wear them as individual pieces. They have different colors in them, so you can pair them with so many different things. They're so versatile. They're perfect.
I love it
Yeah.
so much. Exactly. And it's a statement too, which who doesn't love a good eyesore? Not a bad eyesore, a good eyesore.
Like, not a bad eyesore. Oh, no, no, no. So, I guess before we move on to Halloween, is there anything else you want to say about like your process and the inspiration and anything behind some things made customs that we should know?
I would just say that behind my pieces, there's a lot of it's a labor of love in a sense that Everything takes me quite a bit of time to create, and there's a lot of behind the scenes work that not everyone sees. It's much more than creating, it's also posting everything online, it's also being my own marketing agent, it's being my own social media representative, being my own customer service representative. It's a lot of different hats being someone who does what I do. And I think that I can go underappreciated sometimes. So if you're ever working with someone like this or you see their work, just know that they're working their butt off and they're doing a whole lot more than you think.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Girl boss.
Cannot say it enough. I mean, people are gonna forget, so thanks for reminding them. The reason I said that you were like the perfect person to have for Halloween, is because I feel like these sweatset girlies love Halloween. Like you guys love them. Like even you yourself have used like the slasher, Exorcist, Chucky, Goosebumps, and even skeletons in New York Fashion Week. So like, can you crack the code there?
I think that you put out the energy and it attracts people with the same energy. I know me personally, I have been a horror girly since I was 5 years old. I had my parents taking me to haunted houses at a very young age, and I would watch all the scary movies. So it's almost like a desensitization to it, and I just loved it so much. They're just so I love all horror movies. My favorite, like my cult favorite film would probably be Scream or Halloween. Just those whole series I love so much. And it's like I said before, where a lot of my pieces are a reflection of my interests and just me. You see a lot of horror pieces for me because it's something that I do love so much and I am so interested in. And I guess people online see that and they happen to also love it too. Just all weird together. I don't know. Maybe we just all have a strange obsession and we're living through each other.
That's super fair. And I feel like it's funny because you were saying like all you girlies probably have like something in common. Like if you are making like a gravitating to the same material and kind of creating pieces that look kind of similar, you probably have things in common. So it's funny that you guys all happen to be using like Halloween-esque materials in your pieces year round. Year round.
I love it so much. I think that the interests express themselves outside of just that little season that they happen to also be associated with. I love it so much. I know, my big 2 designs are definitely the skeletons and the ghosts. The ghosts kind of started off with me as just like a cool little logo. When I first started my brand, I thought to myself, "Okay, I need a little mascot or a cute little logo to really get myself out there and get myself remembered." And I literally just random thought, I was like, ghosts are kind of cool. Let me get a cool little ghost doodle with the skateboard underneath it. And that was what I do. I have like a very bare bones image of what it used to be because it was such a crummy little it was definitely it needed work, but I had the basic bones to it.
Did you
And
draw
I did draw it and I don't really the
it?
most amazing drawing skill. It was rough. It was definitely rough. I wanna go back and look for it. I'll send it to you. It just kept evolving from there though, and I grew with it, and it's kind of my mascot, my logo now, and I've made pieces to reflect that, like the ghost sweatshirts, and people love it so much. I've had so many people at events come up to me and just say like, "I love your ghost so much." Either they think it's cool or they resonate with it. They like, the paranormal community and they like the ghosts that I make on sweatshirts, or they're just weird like me and they love horror so much that they want a ghost sweatshirt.
All the above.
Love it, I love it so much. But it's so cool to make pieces that people feel like express themselves and they might even resonate with, and I just kept rolling with it. And the skeletons too, it was just a cool idea that I had one day, and I got a good response, so I was like, "Okay, let me keep rolling with this then."
Yeah, why not? If it works, it works.
Exactly.
Don't fix what ain't broken, right? No, it is great. I feel like you're right, like people like will feel really comfortable in your pieces because if you love Halloween and you're warped in like an exorcist shirt, like that's your vibe. But also like in the comfort of your own home watching scary movies or outside of the house, like you're bringing home wherever you go. But yes, that's how I feel when I saw your pieces. I could definitely see how people could really, some like a type of person could really cherish them and love them, and there's a piece for everybody.
I love that so much. Yeah, I get that's a big thing also when I do like childhood TV shows or movies or just characters. I get a lot of people, "Oh my gosh, I loved that so much as a kid." And they just feel really like seen and heard by it and they want to wait because of that. And I think there's something so sweet about that.
No, that's true. Like I feel like it's the shows that you watch growing up are like as character defining as anything. Like which stories and characters like you were drawn to. What were like some of like the ones you liked growing up?
Oh my gosh. Not really surprised her. I liked the kind of creepier ones. I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog so much.
Oh
That was my
yeah.
diehard favorite show. Um, I really loved the movie Coraline. My favorite movie also is Corpse Bride. I love a good Tim Burton film so much.
Love a good Tim Burton.
That's actually one
Yes.
of my costumes this year. I really want to be Emily from Corpse Bride.
Oh my god, let's talk costumes.
Mhm.
I'm so happy you
Ah,
said the C word. I was gonna say, like, am I allowed to ask you what you're wearing for Halloween? Like, is that a secret? Like, can we know?
it's a marathon for me. I don't just want to wear one costume solely for Halloween. I want to dress up all month long and go to as many Halloween events that I possibly can. So I have an excuse to wear a different costume for every single one.
Yes. I got my hair cut yesterday, and my hair lady is so into Halloween. Like she does every day, she does something different. So I'm like, let me hear your lineup. Like, what are you doing? I need to know what day to come in next based off of what you're gonna be. She's crazy. 22 different costumes, I think she does.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not that dedicated, but I love her enthusiasm.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Might be a
who
little
can be?
exhausting. Oh my gosh.
Wakes up at like 6 a.m. to get ready every day for
Yeah,
them.
she
Yeah.
probably had this list of like costume lineups for months now. Like she's definitely been adding to it.
Oh, full-time job.
Love
So
it.
what's on your roster?
I have a few different ideas. I don't really have a common like theme with my costumes. They're just kind of like everywhere all at once. I know I'm doing a matching costume with my boyfriend. Hi, Mike, if you're watching this, he's definitely gonna watch this. He's so cute. We're gonna be Robin and Starfire from Teen Titans.
Oh
Again,
my
it's a
God, that's like you're such a
yeah.
Cartoon Network girly.
Oh, I loved it so much. That's definitely gonna be a big one. I was debating on like a South Park costume just because South Park is such like a comfort show to me. Just throw it on while you're doing something, and it's so like funny.
Wait, they could be easy. Like that could be like a really easy like do it
Yeah.
yourself costume or like thrift flips costume or
That
something.
could be a last minute day. I mean, I don't think that every Halloween costume has to be super extravagant and super you have to make a $60 purchase and never wear it again. Like a lot of things you could just make out of your closet or you could easily make yourself.
Yeah, let's get into those because I mean, Halloween is the best time of the year, but it's also the most wasteful time of the year just because it's like a single use, single day holiday usually. So given I think about like quick fact, 83% of Halloween themed pieces are made of plastic
Mm,
and 85 of them will end up in landfills, so that will never go away. Depressing, scary, spooky. Ah.
for Halloween.
Ah. So we can go over some like circular zero waste like Halloween costumes that people can like thrift flip or revamp. Halloween word fun.
Of course, your wardrobe is much more resourceful than you think with Halloween, especially. I think
Mhm.
it's easy to just look at your wardrobe and say, I have nothing to wear. But if you put your mind to it, you could do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, it's like those statement pieces, like time to shine.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
those pieces you haven't worn in a while, cut them up, do something with them, spice them up, you know?
Exactly. And if you bought something from me that's like a Halloween movie or a specific show, you could slap that on and say, yeah, I am this show. I am this movie. This is my costume.
Well, I have some costume ideas to throw out there. The
Okay.
so I guess two of them are kind of based off of like those starter pack upcycle trends.
Mhm.
And one of them we talked about before is like the Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake denim on denim look.
Oh my God.
Yes, like it's a reworked denim classic. This look is classic. Best couples costume, I think.
I love a good denim look, let me tell you. I don't think denim's ever going out of style. I think that's so doable too. Whether you're making it yourself or you're not, I mean, it's so easy to get your hands on a good denim top and just a good pair of jeans, and that's your look.
Yes, like just thrift a bunch of denim, make it a date night, cut them up, like get naked and wrap these denims around each other to see how good it looks. I don't know, get weird and get ethical.
Get a good denim party going.
Yeah,
That'll be the night. You're set.
you're a bed but about set. Another trend that is crazy to me is tie reworks. Like tie reworks are so insane to me. Like
I am so obsessed with them. That was my one New York Fashion Week look, the matching tie top and the tie skirt. I think it's such like a hot take on just a very boring like men's item.
yeah, right,
I
right.
think it's so hot. I think it's very like women in corporate doing their thing. Like I think it's such a power move, honestly.
Yes, and like vice versa, like for Halloween, like I feel like you see a lot of like schoolgirl costumes or like academia teacher ones. And I feel like with the tie skirt, you can kind of elevate the costume or do like something other people aren't doing, but
Yeah.
also be like recognizable.
I like it's not a good feeling to walk into the bar, walk into the room, and someone's wearing the exact same costume as you, and you're just having a oh, okay moment.
Like they did it better almost. Like sometimes they do it better and you don't want to say that, but you won't. You can't say that if you're wearing a tie skirt. You can't.
Exactly. You're so elevated. You look classy, you look fun, you look approachable.
And mysterious. How are you wearing ties? What?
A good icebreaker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're coming out with me. So you could also be like Gossip Girl or like Harry Potter, like TV show academia vibes. But
You definitely could. You could
yes,
spice it up with like the key components, like a wand and the little lightning bolt on the forehead. You could just wear the tie set. Like there's a lot of you
yeah.
gotta get creative with it.
Anything school academic based, get a tie skirt. And again, like get with some friends, thrift a bunch of ties and just and forget all those costumes I mentioned. Just be a tie. Just be a rework tie. Make a cute outfit out of it.
Just being
Bring
tied. That's the hit costume. So forget Barbie this year. The hit costume is being a tie.
Did you hear? Did you hear?
You heard it here first.
Yeah. So those are just like some basic ones that I think could be like reworked. But yeah, there's like so many like easy DIYs or like thrift flips if we wanna do any of those. Like I saw a lot on TikTok because it's kind of like that season where everyone kind of starts throwing out the Halloween ideas on TikTok. So I saw this one girl used in a white t-shirt and she wanted to be a mummy. So she got a t-shirt and cut that into a bunch of strips instead of toilet paper, which is pretty wasteful. So
That's so much nicer. And it could be like an old t-shirt too that you have in your closet and you don't wear.
yeah, or you could like thrift one and also it won't break. Like the toilet paper like kind of breaks and stuff. So I feel like it's just more functional anyways. Yeah.
Functional. And you could even rewear it at that point too. You can't really rewear toilet paper. Can't do much with that afterwards.
You shouldn't.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't. I don't want you to.
It might look like a mistake.
Please don't rewear your toilet paper.
No. Upcycling can only go so far. Another girl I saw like spray painted her old costume a different color. So she was an angel, so all white, wings, corset, whatever. And then she spray painted it all gold. So she was like a golden angel, and that looked sick. So maybe just tweak an old costume.
Exactly. You can alter it slightly. I know back in my I have a good track record of Halloween costumes. I've had fun. A really fun one that I did was I had a lot of onesies in my closet. And you can wear a onesie out and that could be your costume. And a way to elevate it more is I bought like a poster board and I put like the TY, like the Beanie Babies, hung that around my neck and you were a Beanie Baby then. And that's so cute and it's so easy to work with what you have with that and just like feel like we all have at least one onesie in our closet.
Yes,
Maybe.
agreed. I did that once. I did a tiger onesie with some friends. We all got like a different animal or something.
That's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. That's super cute. First place to start is your closet.
Exactly. It's so nice too because it could be such a hassle. Some of these costumes nowadays that you're only gonna wear once are like $70 and the fabric just feels like crap and it's like irritating your skin. So why waste that money? Why not just wear something that you could already have in your home and just piece it together? I mean, there's a lot of different characters. I love going on Pinterest and looking up Halloween costumes for the inspiration. And a lot of it, like for a Scooby-Doo costume, you could be Velma, you could have an orange top and a red skirt. Like there are pieces you could wear that you already have in your closet. You just haven't pieced them together the right way.
Yeah, and TV show characters, like half the time they're wearing normal people clothes, like because they're like normal people a lot of the time. So it's like you can be someone from a TV show and be recognizable, or kind of like if you're like from a TV show or a show that people like don't watch a lot, like you can kind of like meet someone that's kind of, like has similar interests as you. So it's like a fun like thing.
Well, I never thought of it like that. That's cute. That's a good way to pick people up.
Yeah, right, yeah. Some like TV show ones that off the top of my head, I mean, Kim Possible people do a lot. Almost Famous, I saw a lot last year in Maxine with the overalls. Kill Bill, I love a good Kill Bill one. And I was Alex Russo once from Was the Waverly Place when I was a
I
kid.
see that.
Yeah,
That's cute.
yeah, and that was really easy. Like just like pick out like like your statement pieces and throw them on, and get a little stick as your wand or something. I don't know.
Harper would be a fun one if you have like a crazy dress in your closet, pop off. Or
Oh my God.
make your own marker dress.
Oh my God, that is the best like ethical fashion besties costume ever. Like you have an upcycler and you have like the thrifter. Like, you know, Harper is the upcycler, Alex is the thrifter.
That's
That's
like a
amazing.
combination made in heaven. That's so cute.
That is so good. Wait, we should be it.
I'll come to you. We'll go out. It'll work.
Ba-da-boom, ba-da-bum. Okay, what about like some scarier ones? Like
I'm a sucker for just the cult ones, the very classic ones. It's just something about me. I can't help it.
I love a good Chucky. Like
Oh, Chucky, that's such a good one. Chucky and Tiffany, I die.
yes. Yes. Like you can wedding dress is always at the thrift store. Like
That's
get a wedding dress, splatter it with red. I don't care what kind you use, salsa, ketchup, whatever. And then yeah, Chucky striped shirt and overalls.
that's
Yeah.
easy. I love it so much. I just saw oh gosh, I'm not gonna think, is it Billy the Clown from Saw? I think
I
his name
never
is
saw
Billy.
Saw actually.
I
Saw
haven't
Saw.
either. That's one of the movies where I see clips and I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not really into like the gory, I'm gonna like kill a bunch of people movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more into like the paranormal, I guess. Like
Oh, The Conjuring.
yeah, like things like that. I think is more like unique because that could actually happen to me. Like I could actually get like slaughtered, and that doesn't make me doesn't do it for me.
To me. There's this one movie that I don't know why, but it just resonates with me so much, and I'm deeply terrified of it happening to me. It's called It Follows. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
The plot is a little like when you explain it, you hear it and you're like, what the hell is that? It's like it's transmitted like an STD, except the person you gave it to is followed by this like shape-shifting creature that it's always following you at all times, and if it catches up to you, like, it kills you, but I'm not good at explaining it. It's such a good movie, though, you have to watch it. It freaks me
Whoa.
out, though,
I can
'cause
just see like the thing like getting closer and closer throughout the movie.
and it's
Yeah.
one of those things, like, I'll be going about my day normally, and I go behind my shoulder, and I'm just like, "Is it there right now? Is it coming for me?"
No, like when you are brushing your teeth and like you go down to spit and you come up for like the mirror, and there's
Oh,
always like something in the mirror in the movies. It's like, oh my God.
I can't. It terrifies me. I don't know what it is. It's one of those irrational fears. It's like, definitely, "You're fine, Julia. You're okay," but
No, you're
just
not.
in the back of my head, I'm like,
Oh my God. The scariest movie I've seen recently was I thought Smile was pretty good. Like you don't see a lot of scary movies, but I thought Smile was really good. Um And then all-time favorite is Insidious. Like I love the Insidious movies.
So good. I will say Smile's the one movie I looked at the previews and I knew damn well that if I saw that movie, I would not be sleeping at night and I wouldn't trust anyone. So I knew I could not watch it.
I know, it actually like it messed with me a little bit. It did.
Ow, just off the promotions when they had that they were doing their mass media campaign for it and they were promoting it by having like the stadium filled with people and that one person with the creepy smile in the middle, and I died inside. I can't.
I don't understand the auditions for that. Like, how does that work? How do you practice for that? How do you smile again after being in that movie? How do your family and friends look at you after that?
How does anyone trust you after that?
No, like your smile is different after that. Like it's not the same.
I'm kind of scared right now, but thank you.
Okay, back to scary costumes. Oh my god, okay, I guess I only have one last scary costume. But one that was really cute that you could thrift was you thrift a slip dress, and you get red splotches on it again and be a housewife who killed her husband.
Oh
yeah, like 1950s housewife killed her husband. Yeah.
The creativity is there. You think of such like creative. When I think of a scary costume, I just think of the very like box frame of just the classic scary movies, but that's creative.
Yeah, I was thinking you could get like if you have like a couple, so you can get like your partner to be like a businessman type vibe, like bloody suit with like something in him, like dead. I don't know.
The housewife that finally lost it.
It happens.
Yeah, I like that.
And then group costumes, duh, gotta cover group costumes. I have some funny ones. I was looking in my notes because I collect Halloween costumes like all year round, right? And I guess one time I got this silly little idea to be the American Girl dolls with my friends.
Especially with that trend going around where people were saying that they have American Girl doll teeth.
That is such a thing. American Girl doll teeth is such a thing.
They must feel so seen right now.
It's like Barbie, but different, like historical Barbie.
I'm here for it. I like that. That's a historical Barbie.
Yeah.
Especially with some of them. I think American Girl dolls have been around for a while.
Yeah. It's like if you went to go see Oppenheimer on the Barbie movie release day.
Yes.
Then you're American Girl doll.
You're an American Girl doll.
Yes.
You're either a Barbie or you're American Girl doll.
Or you're Monster High.
Or you're Monster High. That's a good one.
Which is great.
Which one are you?
I love Monster High. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. My children are going to watch Monster High. In summary, you can thrift anything. Like Halloween could be the most zero waste fun challenge ever. But also if you don't even know what you want to be, go to the thrift store and let that guide you based off of what you find there. You know, that's what I usually do. Yeah.
I get a picture reference and I go crazy just planning out. It's a lot of creativity with it. If you know like what costume you want to be, you don't have to dress exactly as your reference picture. You can kind of spice it up a little bit or go a different route with it.
Exactly. And more and more people are like donating their old costumes, so you can find something. Like I got this super cute like bat shaped embellished doll's kill top last year, and I was a freaking bat. Done. $10. Like
thank you, ma'am. That's nice and easy.
I know. I wish I could like figure out who donated that so I could write them like a letter, but I couldn't.
Thank you so much for this. I know another cute thing is a lot of people like trading their costumes too. I know it's a good thing in college when you're dorming. Just trade costumes with your bestie or your roommate.
Yeah, and it's fun. Or like even just like different nights. Like if you're gonna be something one night and your friend was something one night, let her be that like her third night. Because you know how you can like go out multiple times in a season. Yeah. As long as you get to wear it first, you know.
If you have your moment first, let it be after that.
The rest can follow, like whatever.
It's like Sisterhood of the Traveling Jeans.
The traveling cat ears.
Very circular moment.
Yeah, it literally is. Well, Julia, thank you so much for coming today. This was a hoo and holler, just like talking about Halloween and Fashion Week and Sweatpants, like my 3 favorite things, all in one episode, honestly.
Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun too. We talked about just a lot of fun things. I hope a lot of people love this. This was fun.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? To know Julia George is to love Julia George or something made customs,
Oh,
right?
oh my gosh, stop it.
Blushing. Thanks for watching, everybody, or listening, right? Thanks for listening. Have an amazing October and Halloween. Remember to think about your costumes a little extra this year. If you're enjoying the That's Not Rubbish podcast and episodes, feel free to donate and support and keep the party circular. We will, or I will link some Halloween Pinterest boards below, like with fun upcycles from decor to costumes. And then check out old videos while you're